Hi, in this video I want to talk a little bit about digestive health as a foundation for good overall health. You may have heard that before. A lot of people kind of have heard that, but they don't actually know exactly why. So let's talk about why digestive health is a foundation of good overall health. Why it's really hard to have good health if your digestion isn't really dialed in and doing what it's supposed to be doing. The first one is nutrient intake. So if you are missing key nutrients from your diet, certain chemical reactions don't happen like they're supposed to. That is very common. I do a lot of nutrient testing in my practice, and I have a lot of experience with this, and just seeing this trend of there are a lot of nutrient deficiencies out there. And so this shows up as you're tired all the time because you're lacking the nutrients to create energy. The mitochondria doesn't have what it needs to function. It can look like you're missing some of the key players, like specifically the B vitamin family, to make certain neurotransmitters that help with brain and mood and all that kind of stuff. So there are a lot of reasons why that's important, because your diet should form the basis of the majority of the nutrients you get, and then you fill in the gap with supplements as needed. But if you're not absorbing and assimilating all those nutrients the way you need to, then that can be a huge problem. And I just touched on this briefly before, neurotransmitters. Those are that's a fancy way to say brain chemicals, and those are so important in good mood, like feeling well adjusted and having your mood be right, feeling like you're not going to snap at everybody and anybody, depression, anxiety, those kinds of things. I see, I test a lot of things like neurotransmitters and work with people that are trying to look at natural ways to support good mental health. And so we look upstream. We don't want to just give somebody a medication or a supplement that treats a symptom. We want to look upstream and find out what's going on. And a lot of times that comes right back to digestion not being what it needs to be. Also, this is really important, is serotonin is a brain chemical that is, a lot of people have heard of serotonin. It makes you feel good. And 90% of it is manufactured in a healthy gut environment. So if you don't have a healthy gut environment, you might not be manufacturing and producing enough of that to do what you need to do there. Another thing is the immune system and the gut. So much of immune function happens in the gut. We're supposed to have this nice tight junction in the lining of the gut, but unfortunately so many of us, because of the foods we're eating and the lifestyle we're living, our gut is leaky and things are leaking out, and they present a challenge to our immune system. They can become a trigger for autoimmune conditions. I see that quite a bit. And also in a world where we are all about healthy immune function right now, like it's everything you hear about is your immune system and your immune system. And I feel like we don't hear enough about how important it is to have our digestive health on point to be a good piece of that puzzle and that part of that equation. The other thing is elimination of toxins. Your digestion is one of the ways that you eliminate toxins. You either pee them out or poop them out. For the most part, you can sweat them out, and there's, breathe them out, and there's some other ways, but the majority of toxins are eliminated. They're either water soluble and they get urinated out, or they're fat soluble and they get pooped out. And so if you're not going number 2 every day, at least once a day, then bad things happen. You've got all these toxins bound up trying to be eliminated, and they're not being eliminated. They're sitting in your bowel, just kind of rotting and putrefying, and you reabsorb them, and then they become even more toxic than they were to begin with. So anyway, that's, I see people all the time, they come in and they're like, it's no big deal, I go to the bathroom every 3 or 4 days. It's like, yeah, that is a big deal. We need to look at that. So that's kind of, I hope that conveys the importance of having a good digestive health and function. And, sometimes it's enough to change your diet, and there's some really good supplements that can help create a good, healthy digestive environment. I've created a pack, a digestive health pack, that's the entire goal of that, is helping to address some of the most common issues that I see with digestion and really just support good overall digestive health. That coupled with, when you order that pack, you get a handout that has the dietary strategies that are most successful in helping create a good, healthy digestive environment and promote gut health. So you use those things, and for a lot of people, that is enough to remedy the problem. Or if you feel like, hey, you know what, I need some testing around that. There's some really great functional tests that can evaluate the microbiome, is what it's called, the bacteria that's growing in there. Is there anything that shouldn't be there? Are we low on good beneficial bacteria? Do we have any parasitic infections? Do we have yeast overgrowth? Do we have, there's some really good functional testing available, and I work with that with people all the time to really dig in if you want that kind of analysis. And if you're interested in that, you can set up a free consult with me, and we can talk about it, and I can tell you more about that. But anyway, those are just some ways that you can really work on your digestion if you need to spend a little time either doing it yourself and changing what you're doing and taking some supplements, add that to your routine, or a deep dive into the health of your gut. Your overall health will be much better if you start with that foundation of good digestive health. In fact, so many times people don't get results in other areas because they might be taking all these great herbs to support their liver or for hormone clearance or all these other things that they're trying to make progress on, but they didn't start at the foundation and fix the gut first. So they're not absorbing. They're spending all this money on herbs and vitamins and all these other things, and their absorption isn't good because their gut is kind of just trashed up. So anyway, please reach out to me if you have questions about that, and I'll be happy to chat with you and help however I can. Thanks for watching.